Okay, so we're going to spend this revision recording looking at difficult equations. These are probably the most difficult ones type that come up on the foundation paper, but they do come up fairly often. So it's good to be able to make sure you can do these. So we're solving these equations. I'll demonstrate these three and then you can have a go at three. So what I'm going to do is I don't want this fraction in here, so I'm going to times both sides by 3. If I times the left-hand side by 3, it just disappears. Now, if we times the right-hand side by 3, I need to times everything in it by 3. So if I times all the right-hand side by 3, 3 times x is 3x. I've got a minus here, 3 times 2 is 6. So now, hopefully you're familiar with these type. So just have a little think about your next step. So the next step would be, which side has got the least amount of x's on it? So we're going to balance out our x's first. So which side has got the least amount of x's on? We've got 2x on the left-hand side, 3x on the right-hand side, so it's just 2x. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. If I subtract 2x from the left-hand side, I'm just left with this 1. And if I subtract 2x off here, I'm just left with 1x. How do I solve this now? I need to get this x by itself, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So we get 7 equals x. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 more. So this one here, I want to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to times both sides by 2. Times the left-hand side by 2, it just disappears. Times the right-hand side by 2, remember I've got to times all of it by 2. 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times 4 is 8. Which side has got the least amount of x's? It's this right-hand side, so I'm going to take 4x off both sides. Now, if I take 4x off my left-hand side, I've got x, 1x minus 3. If I take 4x off of here, I've got 8. And then last step, add 3 to both sides, which gives you x 11. Okay, part C. Let's get rid of this 5, times both sides by 5. Times the left-hand side by 5, we've got x plus 17. Times the right-hand side by 5. I'm going to put it in a bracket with x plus 1. Oh, no, I'm not. Sorry, we didn't do it like that, did we? We times all the right-hand side by 5. 1x times 5 is 5x. And 1 times 5 is 5. So I was on autopilot then. Which side's got the least amount of x's on the left-hand side? So I'm going to take an x off both sides. If I take an x off the left-hand side, we're left with 17. If I take an x off this right-hand side, we've got 4x plus 5. Just have a look at it, think about what you want to be doing next. Minus 5 from both sides. You get 12 equals 4x. And then last step, divide both sides by 4. 3 equals x, or x equals 3. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, put me on pause, have a go at these 3, and then I'll demonstrate the answer. Okay, so hopefully for this one you decided to times both sides by 3 first. It's on the other side, but if I times this by 3, just left with 2x plus 3, aren't you? It just eliminates that 3, reverses it. If I times all of this side by 3, you get 12x minus 27. Then I'm going to take 2x off both sides, which gives me 10x minus 27 equals 3. Then I'm going to add 27 to both sides. Gives you 10x equals 30. Divide both sides by 10. Gives you x is 3. Okay, this one. Now these two are quite tricky here. Hopefully you remembered what to do. But anyway, first step is the same, times both sides by 2. If I times the left-hand side by 2, we have 9 minus x. If I times all this right-hand side by 2, we get 2x plus 6. Okay, now, the least amount of x is a minus x. So hopefully you remember to add an x to both sides here, which gives you 9 there, 3x plus 6 here. Now I'm going to take 6 off both sides. So 3 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. X is 1, or 1 is x. Okay, what about this one? Times both sides by 3. If you did get that wrong, and now you realise, well, f is similar. You might want to go back and change it maybe. But anyway, to pause me at any point you feel it's necessary. That would give you 15 minus 2x here. Times all this by 3, we get 6x minus 9. Least amount of x is a minus 2x. To balance it off, we need to add 2x to both sides. 15 here. 8x minus 9 here. We're going to add 9 to both sides. 24 here. 8x here. Divide both sides by 8 because your x is 3. So if you feel like you need more practice on those, just go back and redo them from the start and see how you get on. Okay, thank you.